There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Nelson Mandela. I was sitting here thinking about trust and trusting yourself and how I learned to do that with myself. And surely it's a daily process that I'm learning to do, that I have to actually take a leap of faith to do every single day in trusting myself. When I'm trusting myself, I realize that is trusting God when I am divinely aligned. A lot of times we are not stable in trusting ourselves because our intentions are unstable. A few years ago, a little bit more than a few years ago, but I left corporate America and I decided to take this leap of faith. I was working in the IT world, and I loved working in the IT world because I love IT. I love technology. I love working with computers. But there was something deep down inside of me that was calling for me to become more, that was calling for me to do more. And while I was working for this company, it was a really well-known company, but I started working from home. And when I was working from home, I was realizing parts of life that I didn't want to give up. It was a freedom that I never knew I could have, and earning money and still loving my life. I recently made a post about a throwback of my first career as a modeling instructor and as a model. That was my career and I loved it. I had a freedom. But when I took different turns in life and made different choices, I had to get different jobs. And that included a corporate America job. So I began to become complacent in what a lot of people do, getting that weekly paycheck, until I got a taste of something different, a taste of what life could be like. And through working from home, that's how I got that taste. Well, at this company, like in many other companies, you might know what I'm talking about. Overnight, they decided that I was going to have a new supervisor. I was going to change to a new department. And they were making all of these choices without my regard. Like, I wasn't asked how I felt about it. I wasn't asked if I wanted to keep the job. They just assumed that I would want to keep my job. I mean, everything about my job was changing. Not only was I not going to be able to work from home, I was going to have to be in the office full time with no working from home. My job title changed and the job I was doing was changed. The supervisor changed. My seat changed. I mean, I was getting a whole brand new job without asking how I felt about it. And something about that really moved me in a uncomfortable way, and it didn't make me feel good. I felt like a pawn. I felt like the company knew that I liked my paycheck and they knew I liked the job, so they just were certain that I was going to just do what they wanted me to do. But something deep down inside was whispering, this is not the life you want, Juannean. When I would look 10 years into the future, I couldn't see me there because that's not what I wanted to do. And recently, within this time frame, before all of this came up in my job, I had started to delve into art a little bit. My partner at the time, he was really big into art. My son, he's an amazing artist, and he was so young, but he was such a great artist at 5. And I remember him drawing stick figures that could fly and they could do all this great stuff. And my mind at the time couldn't comprehend how to do that. And I wanted to. I wanted to become a great artist. I had like these random spurts of genius when it came to creativity, but I didn't know how to continuously provide that spark. I didn't know how to do it, but I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. And I knew taking this new position and this new everything in the job was not going to give me a life that I really wanted to live. I started wanting more. So I decided to do something crazy. I told them I was not going to take the position and that I was going to quit my job. And I did that without savings. I did that without a backup plan. But this is what I really believe this quote is talking about from Nelson Mandela. There's no passion in playing small. Yeah, there is a lot of comfortability in working a 9-to-5 job and doing what other people want you to do. And I'm not telling you to go quit your job, because what I did was real bold. And I made a lot of sacrifices for that bold move, and that's not for everybody. It's really not. I mean, some big sacrifices I made for that. So that path is not for everybody. But what I would say is, how can you live your passion and still do what you need to do for your life and your family? Like, that's not a question that I had asked myself at the time. It was either hot or cold, either or, black or white. Like, there was no gray for me at the time, but not everybody is there, right? So maybe you're in a situation where you are playing small, but you still don't have a plan to do anything else. This is an opportunity for you to check in with yourself and say, what is it that I really want from life? What am I passionate about? And how can I take action right now towards making that happen? So if you're in a job that you're not passionate about, maybe it's looking for another job that you are passionate about. Maybe it's looking for an internship or going to school to get new skills, of which I did do. That's how I ended up with the IT job after modeling, because that was all that I did for so long. I really didn't know what else to do. So I did go back to school, and I got a certification in computer networking, and that opened up a lot of doors in the IT world for me, which was a passion for me at the time until I evolved. So you might be evolving, and that's okay. And when you evolve, you need to allow yourself to evolve into something greater. Find another way. Find another way. Because you don't have to stay hating your life. You don't have to stay hating your job. And there's a book. I have it in my car. I'm reaching for it. There's a book that I'm reading right now. Let's see. I'm certain I brought it. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be backwards or not, but there's a book that I'm reading right now, The Artist in the Office, and I definitely recommend this. I got it from the library. So go to your library. It's by Summer Pierre. Or you can purchase it. I'll probably at some point, maybe not right now, put a link to where you can get it on Amazon or something. But The Artist in the Office, this book is dynamic. It's so fantastic in encouraging you to live your creative life while you're working your job. I didn't have this at the time. I didn't know about it. So I took some drastic measures, which was perfect for me because that's just my life. But as I said, you might not be there, and that's okay. But what you should do is find a way to still live out your calling, because that's what you're made to do. And wherever you're at right now, which is what this book is talking about, there's a way for you to take steps towards whatever it is that you're truly desiring to become and what you're truly desiring to experience. And the first step is by being grateful. So a lot of times we want to complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. But maybe we should start to be grateful for what we do have. If you're, and really you have to read this book because there are so many great things in here. Maybe I won't say it. I'll just do it if I'm going to do it, because I don't want to commit to something that I won't follow through on. But I just wanted to encourage you. Don't play small. Live your greatest, your biggest life. And don't be afraid to take risks. Not everybody's going to agree with what you want to do. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to follow you. But do it anyway. And even if it's a great failure, in your eyes or other people's eyes, at least you'll learn something from it. Man, I've had so many different websites. I've had so many different Facebook pages. I've had so many different careers because I was wanting to find my own way. Willing to find what fits me best. And sometimes that means starting something and closing it down. Sometimes that means creating something and drawing over it completely. And that's okay because that's what life is all about. But you'll never really know who you are or how to trust yourself if you don't take risks. And I have so much more to share with you on this topic, but all in due time, one step at a time. But for now, remember, there is no passion in playing small. Find out what the life is that you want to live. Dream, imagine. Maybe you're not at the place right now to make that happen. But we do live in a time where everything is at your fingertips. All the resources you have, they're right there at your fingertips. And we don't have to copy other people to do it. You can determine what it is that you want to do and then find ways to piece that dream together yourself. There are different resources for you to become uniquely your own person. Uniquely your own divine, passionate, successful person. You just have to believe. If God has given you a vision, it's for a reason. And if you're alive, it's for a purpose. Don't waste it. Don't waste this moment. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your passion. It's okay. Take a risk. You can make it happen. It might not happen right now. It might not happen tomorrow. It might take a month. It may even take years. But don't you dare give up until you see what God has promised for you. All right. Peace and love, y'all. This is Juannean, and until next time, God bless you.